Hi, everyone. It is Monday, September 8th, 2014, and we're here to do it again. This is our FX case studies of our Tribe Forex website. I'm here with one of my senior members, my most senior member, Nino. Nino, how are you?
I'm great, Marcello. How are you?
I am wonderful.
How was your weekend?
It was amazing, actually. I got to be a contribution to a lot of people. That's what I do when I'm not trading and being a contribution to you guys and getting contribution from you guys. I'm actually out in the community helping. So, yeah. So I'm really glad to be here today and really talk about one of the trades that I love, because this trade really exemplifies capital explosion. So, guys, what we had was, Nino will tell you, generally we have three things that we're looking for in any trade. We're looking for capital appreciation, or capital appreciation, right? So, which means that we're looking for incremental gains in price action, and that's what we generally have as a whole, right? So every time that we collect profits, that's capital appreciation. Okay, so every time we take profit, capital appreciation. So we want our equity curve to go up. We want it to look something like this, or better yet, something like this. Okay, it's always making a little bit of money, and from time to time it makes big money. So let's talk about one of those big money trades that we are going to highlight from last week. The trade that we're going to highlight was the euro yen. You guessed it, the euro yen. If I go to my charts here, or to our website here, you'll notice that we posted the trade totals for the week. And I'm going to look for, there it goes. So we had only positive 20 pips on the euro. Dollar Swiss was negative 20 pips. Pound dollar negative 3 pips. But then you get down here, positive 81 pips on the Aussie dollar. Positive pound yen, 45 pips. And then we have the big one, the euro yen, positive 277 pips, for a total of 409 pips for the week, right? So let's talk about that winning trade, that euro yen. So as you know, what we do here is, we give you trade calls 4 days a week. So you're going to get your trade calls at 5 p.m. today. Right now it's 2 o'clock Eastern time. And so what you're going to do is look to the right here, and you're going to get your trade calls. And so your trade calls will be placed right here. So this was our September 3rd trade call for September 4th. And so one of those trade calls was the euro yen sell at 137.95. So 137.95 was where we were looking for a sell on the euro yen. So if I go to the charts now, you'll see that if we placed a line right at 137.95, this is where we would be, right here. Okay? So this would place our line right here. This is actually the line of demarcation between September 3rd and September 4th. Okay, so September 3rd, this is where we called it, right on this big yellow, this big green candle. Okay? Price went across, came up, gave us this. You see this purple indicator here. This represents the triple threat. So this was our triple threat indicator, gave us a sell opportunity on the euro yen. And it was about 14, 15 pips of risk on the trade. That would have gotten us into a sell. We come down. Okay. We move to break even, and price moves all the way down to 170 pips. By the way, it's got the spread here as well, so it'd be about 17, 18 pips. So you can see here that price comes down, gets us in, hit our first take profit right around here actually, and then price takes off downward for 189 pips. So that's a 10-to-1 ratio. So if you risked 1%, you'd have made 5.5% on this trade, just about, more or less. Okay, so that was what that looked like. Now that's with, you took it with the auto rev. This is the trade, guys. Triple threat or reversal candle is what it's looking for. It moves down and it gets us out at a 5-bar trailing stop, which gets us out right here at 136.60, and you can see that price just moved sideways for a while, and then it finally continued on. Now the other way that you could have taken this trade was the auto bias. Okay, the auto bias was another way that we could take this trade. And that's actually one of the ways that I actually took this trade. So how the auto bias works is that we would have put a line on our chart at 136.95, or I'm sorry, 137.95 on September 4th, the beginning of that session. And that would be right here. And as price approaches this area and touches this area, then it gets us into a sell automatically. It places our stop above these areas here and our take profit down here. We took our first take profit and the market continued to run off. Now, guys, on the auto bias, it's very simple. It has no support. It's not looking for a reversal candle or anything else. It's just getting you in on that trade and then managing the trade for you. So very, very simple. It's kind of tough to mess this one up. Has a bigger stop loss and take profit, so the leverage is a little slightly less. It's also much more conservative, and that's what you have. Nino, did you get in on this trade?
Yes, I got in on that trade.
Yeah, it was beautiful, right?
Yes, that was the money maker of the week.
It was definitely the money maker of the week. That's in fact, we should probably call this analysis the money maker of the week analysis, because that's we generally have trades like that. But so guys, there are three things that we're always looking for in a strategy. We're always looking for capital preservation. That means we're using a stop loss. We're trying not to have a lot of losses. So if you look at this equity curve, it does have drawdowns. It does pull back, but it's not substantial pullbacks. It's not like we're losing 50% of our equity or on one trade, or 10% of our equity on one trade. That's what you're looking for. And even up here where you have this dip here, it's still not that much. And then what we're looking for is capital appreciation. That means an incremental increase in equity. And you can see how that's happening. These green dots represent new highs, and it's not a lot. It's just a little bit of money, each one. And then lastly, what we like about the Forex market, what it allows us to get to capital explosion. So every time you see one green dot and then you see a big line going up, and this doesn't look like a big line, but it was, right? Going up, and then you see another line, you see another dot above that. That means that there was capital explosion there. It's probably a trade just like the one that we just mentioned here, okay? That euro yen, where you have like 10 pips of risk and then it runs off and makes 10% profit on one trade, okay? That kind of thing. That's capital explosion. And so strategies should have that opportunity, that ability to take advantage of the trending motion of the markets. Now, I don't mind the trading strategies that say, hey, get your 20 pips and get out. That's fine, right? But I prefer to get my 20 pips and then let the market run down and see how much more I can get. That's a good strategy. So having said that, I think that is it for our euro yen analysis. This is our daily trade analysis. So all you did was put your line on the chart, hit the auto sell button. That's all you would have done. And the EA would have done the rest. All right, we currently have an opportunity right now for a euro yen. Yen went up to an area of support and resistance that we had designated up here, which was a trend line. And then it just bounced right off of it. I wish I got in on this one. I was too busy trying to get ready for this video. But, we don't really trade a lot on Mondays, on the Sundays to Mondays times anyway. But really, look at this trade here, guys. This is another good example of how the auto rev would have taken this trade. This is a triple threat formation. You can see it right here. All right, we'd have gotten into the triple threat actually down here when it broke the low. 19 pips of risk. We're already at 1-to-1 ratio. 20 pips would have hit our first take profit already. Okay, and it's bouncing off our pod here, which is our trend line. So all you would have had is your trend line there, and then you would hit the auto sell button. The EA, the expert advisor, our programming, our algorithm would look for it, would find it, would identify it, and would take trades based upon that line. So guys, basically, if you don't want the auto rev to take a trade for you, take the lines off your chart. So if you don't want it to take a, don't put lines on the same chart that you have your auto rev on. It's going to identify those lines, and it's going to look for trades at those lines. So that could be part of the human error. You need to know that. Do not place lines on your chart, meaning that you don't put the Tribe Forex pods indicator on a chart unless you want the auto rev to take trades based upon it. Don't put, don't do your analysis of the markets on a chart that you have the auto rev on unless you want the auto rev to take trades based upon that. Okay, so that's very good advice for you. The auto rev, whatever you have the auto rev on, make sure that you are intentionally wanting it to look for opportunities, trading opportunities at that point. All right, did I miss anything, Nino, at all?
No, Marcello.
Awesome.
Great analysis.
Thank you. Guys,
And
go ahead, sorry.
I'm glad you also went across the the auto wrap for the daily bias, because I saw that a lot of people had questions on the website about it.
So I want to do, that's a very good point. So I want to do just a live session about the auto rev again. We've already done that, but I want to do it again. And so it's going to require that I want people to be there. So I need to find a time that works for everyone. I put out a poll, and so we're going to make a final decision as far as what time that's going to be, and we're just going to get it done. So try to make it, because this is where you get to answer all the questions you have. And I want to connect with you guys too. I know we connect on the website, but it's really cool when we can connect live in a space together. So let's make that happen. With that, guys, I will talk to you soon. Nino, thank you once again for supporting Tribe Forex and being such a contribution to the community. Guys, if you have any questions, you can always get to me. You can get to Nino and some of the other senior members at the TribeForex.com membership community. All right, guys, I'll talk to you soon. All the best. If you have any questions, you can just always drop the comments right below this video. Bye for now. Thanks, Nino.
Thanks for having me. You're welcome.
Bye-bye.